Okay, we are live right now because I want to share this link. So I'm going to share that link, woohoo, and tell everyone that we're live so that we can go live. Right now on YouTube, woohoo. Awesome. Oh, hello, Christopher. Welcome. Welcome. Yay. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. We're about to record our episode this week, and it should be pretty fun. Hey, you know what? Richard, are you coming back in? Can you open up those blinds so that we can get some light on us, some nice outdoor light, so we look cute?
Where's the thing to pull?
Oh, it's broken. Yeah. So you have to do it manually, the hard way. Okay.
Well, hey, we're on.
Oh, yes, we are. Look at his cool shirt. Because we're going to be talking Haunted Mansion. Yay. Haunted Mansion, Haunted Mansion. La la la. Okay. It's hard to go live and then also promote it at the same time. This is why we need a studio.
That'd be awesome.
With someone to do that for us.
That'd be really wicked awesome.
That would be super cool.
Love this
Yeah,
shirt.
isn't his shirt cute? Here, show off your shirt while
There
I
you
promote
go.
this elsewhere.
You turn off the light. Ooh, it glows in the dark. Ooh.
Yay. Okay.
What kind of shirt are you wearing, Christopher? Christopher, did you get our package? Your prize?
Ooh.
I hope you did. I haven't really followed up on that.
Yeah, you won a prize how long ago? It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yay, we are live right now. Ooh, Maribel, yay. Oh, good.
Oh, so are
Maribel,
we.
you're going to love this episode, especially when you listen back.
Can we put this on a bigger screen?
Yes, but give
Hold
me
on.
a second, okay?
Hang on, people. Hang
Yeah,
on.
we're still, bear with us. We will start recording in just a little bit. In the meantime, how was everyone's weekend? Did you guys celebrate the Haunted Mansion? Did you go to the Haunted Mansion? What did
Who
you
said they
guys
were
do?
looking forward to the Haunted Mansion?
Marabella. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we
Marabella.
just talked to Jeff Bam of Haunted Mansion fame,
Mm-hmm.
and he told us all about the history of the Haunted Mansion, some behind-the-scenes fun facts,
And also
all
his,
about the soiree. Where's that flyer?
his.
Oh, here we go. The soiree we went to last weekend. Look at this. Check this out. Is this gonna be backwards to them?
I don't know. No, I don't think on YouTube. I think it's right.
Okay.
From the
Soiree
50th party.
from regions beyond.
So Christopher is asking if we went to the party or saw the party at all.
The 50. Oh no, the late night Disneyland party.
No, we
not
did
the
not.
350. No, we didn't.
300.
300. No, we didn't.
Yeah, like if it was 300 for both of us, maybe.
And if it wasn't from 1
But
1
300.
a.m. till 4 a.m.
Yeah, but it was like, so it was 2 nights that Disney had this extra ticketed event. I think it was the 8th and the 9th, or the 7th and the 8th, and from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m., so the 13th hour, 1
Yeah.
a.m.,
Oh.
that's why they did that.
That makes sense. However,
Yeah.
I would have been
So,
destroyed at
3
1 a.m.
hours, 3 hours, and $300 per ticket. And yeah, it looks cool, and the entertainment, they did a lot of entertainment, which is great.
There's a YouTube video I watched, and
Ooh.
it did look interesting from afar. But we spoke to people at the soiree banquet,
Who
and they
went to
said
it.
for $300, not in the least bit, because you had to wait for the Haunted Mansion ride, you had to wait for food, you had to wait for merchandise.
Well, I think the problem was the 3-hour time limit was really, really like cramping the style, because it's like every time you waited for something, you're like, oh no, that's like another like
yeah, it's like 30 bucks
quarter of my
every
time.
every couple of minutes.
Yeah,
So you're watching the time not in minutes but in dollars.
yeah. So unless money was no object, I think some people had issues, and there was some people who tried to get stuff signed, like artwork. And it pretty much was the whole time waiting in line to get that signed.
See? No.
Which
no.
kind of, that's sad. But I know some people who had a great time. So it's...
Yeah, there's a like I was saying, there's a video and the cadaver dams are above the New Orleans town center, and that looked really fun. That looked
on
really
the
cool.
balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, But at 10 o'clock we turn into pumpkins.
Right. Exactly.
So by 1, I don't think that we would have been really enjoying that at all.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like at that last tour to Endor at Celebration. What was that, 5 or 6?
Mm-hmm.
And conceivably it was fun. However, it was so hot and so crowded that we couldn't wait for it to be over.
And we were very, very tired because was it that day we had got up super early to see George Lucas?
Right. So that must have been Celebration 5. I just posted it was what's today? 9 years ago. 9 years ago today, Celebration 5 started.
Wow.
Do you hear what I just said? 9 times.
Whoa.
9 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it happened. So it must have been last tour to Endor at Celebration 5.
Okay.
And yeah, that just destroyed us. It's a good thing we were so young. Well, you were. You were in your like teens.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Lines of the wedding or Madame Leota's birthday. Aw, cute. It was 50 years. Okay.
It was 50 years ago today.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so by 1 o'clock, maybe I could have lasted. By 1:30, I started to dive. 2 o'clock, I would have been really grumpy. By 2:30, I'd be whining and complaining.
Yeah.
By 3 o'clock, I'd be looking for my car keys. By 3:30, I'd be in the car.
Indeed. Disneyland Friday. Oh yeah, Christopher went to Disneyland Friday. I rode it 3 times. Excellent. Well, that's exciting.
So we're planning on going later on tonight.
Yeah.
The 50th anniversary. I'd love to do that.
That will be fun.
The sun's gone down. The heat has gone down. Today is the 50th anniversary,
It's
August
the
12th.
Of when it opened to
The general public.
The general public.
If you want to go to the soft openings, the media previews, they were earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, says Reynold.
Yay. Okay, so we are now prepped and ready. And these 2 are on, and we have 8 hours of recording time. Richard?
You have 8 hours of recording time.
Really?
Yes.
I need you talking to the microphone.
Yes,
so I can check your levels.
Donna L. Nelson says, same. I'm not even sure I could do a whole day of celebration anymore.
Wait a minute, your mic's not... Oh!
Hello? Is there anybody out there?
His mic was not reading at all because, look.
It's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's pretty fun.
We need to do another one of our late night Skywalker parties.
Okay.
We'll do it on, what's today? Monday. Oh, Monday.
Why? Oh, Monday?
Yeah, they're always good to do it like on a Friday or a
Yeah, Friday.
Saturday.
We should plan that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What big? Oh, maybe for like D23 Eve.
Ooh.
What's coming up this weekend? Isn't something else coming up?
I don't know.
I just woke up from a nap, so I'm so groggy.
You're groggy. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's.
It's gonna be a long episode. 8
Let's
hours.
record.
Yes.
Let's record. I'm gonna press record. Look, I pressed record.
Do you think we can do this in 8 hours?
I think we can.
I don't know.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 256 of Skywalking Through Neverland. Ooh.
Let's do one more, but
Aw.
no, that was a good one. Just trying
Without
to.
my ooze?
No. Just on a haunted mansion type of.
That was it.
That was awesome, sweetie.
Okay.
That
Here,
was
how,
awesome.
okay.
Okay. Hold on.
Hurry back. This is what you can look forward to on episode 256 of Skywalking Through Neverland. Ooh.
Hey, foolish Skywalkers and grim grinning ghosts! Where were you 50 years ago when Disneyland opened its newest attraction, the Haunted Mansion? Were you there? Or were you not even born yet? I'm looking at you, Sarah.
I know.
If you're here to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion, then we want to welcome you to Skywalking Through Neverland. We are your podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, and Marvel fandom. I am Richard Wolosky, but now everyone please say hello to my grim grinning ghost wife, sweetie wife, Sarah. It just didn't come to it. I tried.
That was really hard to say altogether.
Grim grinning sweetie wife, Sarah.
I'm not a grim grinning ghost, apparently.
No, not at all.
But that's okay.
No, I couldn't think of anything better.
I'd rather be a happy, smiling wife. How about that?
Good.
The opposite of a grim grinning ghost?
You know what? I expected more for myself.
Well, okay. Well, how about we give all of our Skywalkers a big Wookiee hug for being here and listening to us and being a family of Skywalkers.
Madam Lee Sarah. Madam Leota Sarah.
It's still not working.
No, not at all.
It's okay.
Not at all.
It's okay.
I'm trying. Okay.
But we also want to give a shout out to all the face huggers out there who are, oh no, they're not face huggers today. They're YouTube, wait.
Skytubers.
Skytubers. Hi, Skytubers, because we're live on YouTube today.
Right. Donna Nelson on YouTube just says, raise his hand, I wasn't even born yet.
Okay, so Richard, you were just born.
I was born 8 months pre-Haunted Mansion.
Which means you're 52. Ah.
I'm not 52.
No, you're 50 as well.
50 also. Yeah, you scared me there.
I know. No, that's exciting.
Did I age 2 years?
Yeah, and the moon landing. You share a really awesome year.
Yes, I
Your
did.
Anniversary of cool things.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And Woodstock and the Monkees Present album.
Mm-hmm.
And some other fun, cool stuff, which I can't remember right now.
Do you know what's awesome?
What?
Is that NASA has released their entire library of audio and video for the general public. So it's all public domain. So we're going to play a little bit of this.
Play a little bit of what?
Moon landing or something like that? Moon landing or rocket ships?
We are recording from...
Wouldn't that be fun? Just because we can.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, so 69 was an awesome year. Let's
yes,
just put it at that.
Okay.
But now, we are not in 69, we are in 2019, and Richard, we're recording this from Long Beach, California, on what date in 2019?
Now, we are recording this from Long Beach, California on August the 12th, the 50th anniversary to the date, 2019.
Yes.
Now we are recording this on August the 12th, 2019. So it was exactly 50 years ago today. People were lining up for the Haunted Mansion, and probably the wait time was what, 35 minutes, and that was considered long?
Oh, no, I think it was really long. Remember they were saying how the lines were all the way back to the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right, well, this episode of Skywalking Through Neverland is proudly sponsored by Small World Vacations. They are a diamond-level Disney vacation planner travel agency and can help you book your trip to Galaxy's Edge or to any Disney park on either coast. Best of all, this service is free of charge, so please head to smallworldvacations.com and get a no-obligation price quote, and while you're there, you can tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
And this is the time to call them, too, because in 2.5 weeks, Galaxy's Edge will open at Hollywood Studios.
Oh.
So if you're planning on going, give them a call over there at smallworldvacations.com. So you won't be giving them a call.
No.
So head over there to smallworldvacations.com and once again, tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you, and this is the time to do it.
Absolutely. Now, what's coming up on this episode, Richard? Are you excited?
Now, coming up on this episode, we'll be talking with Haunted Mansion aficionado and author Jeff Bam about the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. I love saying the 50th anniversary.
I love saying Jeff Bam.
That's fun to say too. And we're going to also talk about the special celebration held just last week about the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion, co-hosted by Jeff Bam.
We'll also be speaking with our good friend and 501st member Marcus Doring and Lisa Daniel from Disney Parks Live Entertainment about their adventures at Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. Because right now they have their cast member previews going on. So they got to go to one of those.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to them and see how that differs from our Galaxy's Edge.
Definitely.
And then going next month to see it for ourselves.
Yeah, super excited.
So excited for that.
Now, also on this episode, we have shout outs and
Things we want to share.
Donna, good job. Yeah, set aside a whole day and a half for Galaxy's Edge. Are you going to Florida or why can't I think of words today?
I don't know. It's
Okay, Florida or Anaheim. Hi, Henry.
Henry says Once Upon a Time in Neverland. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, just like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Neverland. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, okay.
Takes place in 1969.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Ooh.
Skywalker Brian. Ooh.
Those are fun. You must have heard my woos.
What are those?
Flowers and they're ghosts.
Ghosts and...
Roses.
Oh.
Cool. Okay, so things
We want to share. Weird year. Yes, it was.
Wired here. Cool. Good. Donna, I'm excited. I want to see pictures. Yeah, see, Haunted Mansion 50th. Okay, cool. All right, so Richard, do you want to kick us off with this one?
So I'm sure people have seen the clickbaity articles in the last couple of months about the low attendance at Galaxy's Edge and that it's a flop. Oh, I hate seeing those. And we can personally say that we've experienced crowds when we've been there, and it's really, really exciting. I can't see how they can put flop and Galaxy's Edge in the same sentence. Doesn't make any sense.
It's clickbait. That's all it is.
Now, Bob Iger just addressed the low attendance during Disney's third quarter earnings result webcast. So let's go over his points here, because there's a lot to talk about.
Right.
Yeah, a lot to unpack in this conversation. Now, Bob starts by saying, first of all, helped in part by some of our efforts, there was tremendous concern in the marketplace that there was going to be huge crowding when we opened Galaxy's Edge. So some people just stayed away just because they expected that it would not be a great experience.
A great guest experience, yeah.
Let me read that part again.
Yeah.
Okay. Because either, I didn't go over this beforehand. All right, so Bob Iger says, first of all, helped in part by some of our efforts, there was tremendous concern in the marketplace that there was going to be huge crowding when we opened Galaxy's Edge. So some people stayed away just because they expected that it would not be a great guest experience.
And he goes on to say...
Now, what do you say about that point there?
Well, I definitely agree. I know a lot of people were concerned about Galaxy's Edge and were like, oh, I'm staying away, you know? Like, even some people, some unnamed person on Nostalgia was like, I'm staying away because she was scared that it was just going to be so crowded. And I think a lot of people had that same mindset, so they didn't book trips. And then a lot of people who, you know, like, we're like huge Star Wars fans and we live here, so we were going to go as soon as we could. But I do think that some people who have to travel to get to Disneyland, like, they're going to hold off until all the rides are open and everything. So all parts of Galaxy's Edge are open.
Now, there were so many memes and Photoshop pictures of crowds descending on Galaxy's Edge, and people were freaking out. So we did hear a lot of this conversation beforehand that people were just going to stay away because they were going to wait a few months until the crowds let loose. So there's reason number one why the crowds have been low, because you don't want to go to something like Galaxy's Edge and not have a good time because you're waiting in line for the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, for the merchandise, for the food, and just waiting in lines for everything. So it makes sense to wait.
Right.
All right, so let's go over more of Bob Iger's points here. He says not only were the anticipated crowds a deterrent for potential guests, but there were price increases which made it more expensive to access Galaxy's Edge. All right. Reason number 2, the crowds may have been low because they really upped their annual pass rates and the rates for Disneyland for the day rates.
Absolutely. Yeah, and in fact, Skywalker Brian is saying right now in our comments that Black Spire isn't a flop. There's multiple reasons for low attendance, and it drove away non-APs, non-annual pass holders, and the price turned them off, even for a family of 4. So yeah, he does make a good point that like families who have to pay for their kids as well. I mean, we're a couple, so we just have to worry about 2 people. But yeah, people with families, I mean, they're paying they're shelling out what, $150 for a day ticket per person? I mean, already to get in for a family of 4, that's $600 right there.
So those are 2 points so far that Bob Iger had made that I think Disney should have really thought through when opening up Galaxy's Edge. All right, let's go over another point here. He says, at the same time that was going on, all of the local hotels in the region, expecting a huge influx of visitation, raised their rates. So it simply got more expensive to stay in Anaheim. In addition to that, we raised our prices. We brought our daily price up. So if you think about local visitation, we brought the price of a one-day ticket up substantially from a year ago. Okay, we kind of went over those points.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
and like I said, that kind of brings up my earlier point of, people who are traveling here and have to stay in hotels, not just locals, they have to experience these hotel prices being really high.
Now, I didn't even know about that part, about the local hotels raising their rates.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you expect? They should have. I don't know if people at Disney could have foreseen this and thought, let's check the local hotels and see if they're raising their rates and how can we counter that by lowering rates over here. You figured Disney would have thought these things through, but I guess not. All right, let's go over another point that Bob Iger had made. He says, and then we opened up Galaxy's Edge with 1 attraction instead of 2. A very, very important part here. The second attraction is going to open in January, so all of those factors contributed to attendance that was below what we could have hoped it would be. That said, guest satisfaction, interest in the attraction and the land is extremely high. It's the most popular thing at the park, and so long term, we build these things for the long term. We have no concerns whatsoever about them. We're opening Galaxy's Edge in August in Orlando. The second attraction there will open in December. And as I said, the second attraction in Anaheim will open in January. So we feel great about the product we've created. It just takes some time to basically for us to work themselves in terms. Well,
No.
okay. It just takes some time to work themselves out in terms of how the marketplace is reacting.
Right. Yeah. So I think, they're looking long term. So yes, their plans in place to limit crowding in Galaxy's Edge worked too well, but as everything kind of works itself out and irons itself out, I mean, Galaxy's Edge will be a location that people are definitely going to be visiting, as time goes on.
Right, but right now, can they afford these clickbaity articles and YouTube videos that just splash Galaxy's Edge as a flop? I think they should be countering everything by, well, another point is that they had held off on the annual pass holders, and they weren't allowed to enter until what, next couple of weeks, next month?
Right, yes.
So knowing that attendance is low, they could have raised that substantially by saying, all right, annual pass holders, you can now come in the middle of July.
Well, they did do one thing where they had a special where anyone with an annual pass could have a friend come for $99 for a park hopper ticket, which is basically half price for a park hopper. Because park hopper tickets right now are $200. So they have a sale going on right now, a special. So they did counter that by saying, and that means if you are an annual pass holder who are blocked out on those days, you didn't have to pay the $150 for a single day, single park ticket to go in during this time period, you could just pay $99 to get in.
That's horrible.
Why?
Because if you have an annual pass.
Right, but it's the lower annual pass. Like,
No,
we were not blocked out.
No, that's horrible. That's just my opinion. That is horrible. If you have an annual pass, now you have to pay more money to get in.
Well, no, but there's different annual pass levels, and the people with the lower levels are paying much less than our annual pass, which is only blocked
Right.
out the 2 weeks per year. So
So
it's not horrible. It's just they accepted a lower price annual pass because they knew they'd be blocked out for certain days.
Okay, let's take Galaxy's Edge out of the equation. For the lower pass, annual passes, the lower levels,
Right.
is this summer blocked out for them?
Yeah, some of them, or just the weekends, or things like that. It depends. You have to look at the annual pass calendar.
Right, but they said in the very beginning that they're going to block most of the annual passes because they didn't want the overcrowding at Galaxy's Edge.
Well, what they did was they split the calendar between Disneyland and DCA, and so a lot of those annual passes, like the deluxe annual pass, was able to get into DCA almost every day in the summer, but were blocked out of Galaxy's Edge for like the weekends at least.
Okay,
Or was blocked out of Disneyland.
right, okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's becoming more clear now. I just think they should have opened it up more to the annual pass holders that were blocked out just to fill in the space.
Right.
And they would have done that in droves. So I think that right there is the biggest reason why you see the light crowds at Galaxy's Edge. And I, for one, I'm very, very pleased with how they did this, because that meant when we went, there was no crowds, there's no elbowing. We could go on to Smuggler's Run within minutes. So I'm very, very happy about that. I just think they could have done a little bit more to counter all of this negative publicity beforehand.
What do you think they could have done? You just think they should have opened up?
They should have opened that up.
Annual pass.
Right. And like we were just saying, if they see the hotels around raising their rates, maybe lower some of their rates on certain things as well. Now, I know that they just opened up this, well, how much, $4 billion park, and they've got to pay the people, so they have their overhead too. So
Yeah.
I see it on their end. But what have we been seeing about Disneyland these last few months? Low attendance, people are not coming to Disneyland. Can they afford that kind of publicity? No, not at all. I don't think they can.
Okay.
Now, Finance Chief Christine McCarthy was also present on the webcast, and she had a few more points to make, such as Galaxy's Edge took reservations, and it restricted the days that annual pass holders and workers could visit. We just went over that. And raised prices to avoid a swarm of Star Wars fans overwhelming staff and facilities and ruining the experience for everyone.
Here, read this part. This is what matters. There's some good points here too.
Yeah, okay. Now, Finance Chief Christine McCarthy was also on the webcast, and she had a lot of points to make, points that we had just gone over about the annual pass holder restrictions and the whole reservation thing. Remember in the beginning, we could only go in for 4 hours at a time? That turned off a lot of people because they wanted to spend a whole day at Galaxy's Edge. So that once again was something else that deterred fans. And as we found out, 4 hours was more of a suggestion than a guideline.
Except for, well, like the first 2 days they were pretty strict, and then after that it was kind of like, yeah, you could kind of stick around.
Right. But to the general public, hey, you know what? We'll wait until that ban, the restriction, the 4 hour restriction has been lifted, then we'll go. So I think there was so much deterring fans and park goers even before they opened. Now, Christine McCarthy went on by saying, while Disney is raising their rates, competitors, including Universal Studios in Florida, dropped their prices, potentially luring consumers away from Disney's theme parks.
Yeah, and they're smart to do this.
They're extremely smart to do this.
And there was new rides opening at these theme parks as well. Like Knott's Berry Farm had a new a new ride opened just before Galaxy's Edge. I remember going to that event, and that was a not a log ride, but one of those water rides that you don't like.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, but it was pretty fun. And so let's go over some of the theme parks here, what their day rate is.
Yeah, the 1-day pass for Knott's Berry Farm, $53.
Wow. That's awesome.
That is extremely awesome. Now, of course, Knott's Berry Farm is no Disneyland.
But it still has like way better thrill rides than Disneyland if you're into that sort of thing. Like if you want roller coasters that are going to spin you around, turn you upside down, and make you hang in the air before you drop 500 feet, there you go.
Yeah, those days for me are over.
I know, scary.
Yeah, and we'll go over something else that Knott's Berry Farm has in just a couple of minutes. Now, Universal Studios Hollywood, $99. Now, for me, $99, that's a good day rate.
I agree.
Universal Orlando is $115, and that includes the studios and the Islands of Adventure. It's $115 per park, not for two.
Right.
$115 for one of the parks. And that, okay, $115, that's good. All right, let's stop it right there.
Except you have to get a park hopper for Universal Orlando because you want to ride the train, and yeah, you need a park hopper for that one.
Yeah, and like any parks, the more you get in terms of the more parks you add on, of course, the rates go down. Now, Disneyland, we're looking at $150 for the day.
Yeah, that's not a park hopper.
No, that's a 1-day, 1-park ticket.
Now, Disneyland, or I'm sorry, so now Magic Kingdom is variable, but it kind of varies out to $109 per day.
That's non-peak days.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Non-peak days. Otherwise, it goes up, I think, to 125. I think, and it's for Park Hopper Plus. It's $169.
So you can see how the other parks, they're Johnny on the spot with this. People are going away from Disneyland. Hey, we're gonna lower our rates to get them right over here. And I just don't think Disney is acting fast enough to bring back their people.
Well, the problem is Disneyland does have kind of a hard job and a balancing act because of there are so many annual pass holders who can descend whenever they want on the park. And like they don't have to worry about that in Florida, really, because a lot of people in Florida, they'll book hotel rooms and Disney will know when they're coming in Florida, all the annual pass holders. Whereas here, this is such a saturated area of people living here that, that's what they're trying to control. And that's why Disneyland did introduce that annual pass, the Flex Pass, where you have to schedule when you're coming as a pass holder for various times of the year.
Now, what would you like to see, Sarah, if Bob Iger said, okay, we need to bring in more people to Galaxy's Edge, and we're gonna let in more of the annual pass holders, we're gonna lower the rates. What else could they do for you? Because I can speak for myself by saying I love Galaxy's Edge. I love it so much.
Right.
I love going there. I love the immersiveness. However, now I want to ask you, what would you like to see?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking of families. If Disney wants to lure more families in to pay that ticket price, I think they should have a little more to do for kids in Galaxy's Edge. And like right now, there's not a lot of food selection for kids. There's not a lot of things that kids can do unless it's droid building, which is $100 a pop. So what I think they should do is, you know how Legoland has like you can like build your own robot and then fight robots or something? So I think they should have like droid races scheduled at a certain time of day in a certain little area, maybe by the land speeders, where, it's a nice open area over there. And they should have like droid races for, well, kids and adults. But I think the kids would be definitely lured to do that. And they could have Chewbacca be there, and Vi Moradi could come by and like cheer kids on, and I think that would be really neat.
A few times when we've been to Galaxy's Edge, we've seen Vi Moradi and Chewbacca and some other cast members pulling kids aside and doing fun little games. But we've only seen that a couple of times. What happened to that?
Yeah.
I think you're right. More things for the kids, and try to work in some kind of Jedi training, which was hugely
Yes.
popular over in the park,
Hey,
right by Star Tours.
The only reason I didn't say that is because there's not really a location for that. But I think it would be cool if they had, like, you know how that cave, like, branches off and it's kind of the cast member area? But what if they would lead people in there and it would be this whole cavern that would open up into a Jedi training room?
Well, that's a good idea. It's a lot of space, and they could do that. But why not have it by Savi's workshop, and the gatherers could gather the kids. That's what the gatherers do. They still believe in the Force and the ways of the Jedi. The first night we were at Galaxy's Edge, we ran into that one woman that one cast member, the Batuu local, who came over and said, "Oh, we're gonna have a secret meeting over here, and you guys gotta make it over there in about 10 minutes." That happened once.
Yeah.
What happened to this plan of having these little pop-up scenarios happening in the streets, and having these secret resistance meetings? They promised that, and we're
Never
still waiting for it.
materialized, yes.
And that's one of my concerns, is that the immersiveness is not really there anymore. Now, as you see from our YouTube videos where we meet the Batuu locals, that was a lot of fun, but let's call it what it is. They gave these cast members some backstory and said, okay, go to it.
Right.
Whereas if you go to Knott's Berry Farm, they have Ghost Town Alive. Now this is what Galaxy's Edge should be. And this was the testing ground for Galaxy's Edge, and having real actors playing out the parts over in Ghost Town. They had these real actors as the citizens of this small town, and there's holdups, everything you would imagine in like a Western.
Right.
They would have the local robberies, and they would have so much that would pull you into believing that you're there.
And it wasn't a show. You would just be walking around, and whoever you choose to interact with of these characters, they would say, "Oh, yeah, I think there's going to be something happening over here in 15 minutes, so meet us over here." And then they would kind of act out a part in a play that happens over the course of a day. This whole story.
Yeah, the one cast member we had met earlier, the first day we were there, named Carlos, he was telling us that they were going to hire actors for the same reason. And we haven't really seen it yet. And there are some times when we've gone up to cast members to say, "Hey, tell us about your story." They're like, "Run, like rats on a ship, just disperse." Like, where are you guys going? They're not actors. And luckily we have met a lot of great cast members who have a lot of great stories. But if you catch them at the wrong time, you can see that they just turn white as a ghost, because like, where am I from? Pika or Pikachu, is it? Oh, I don't remember. Am I a fisherman? What do I do? So I want to see more of this immersiveness, and like you were saying about having droid races for the kids, maybe some lightsaber training, that could be very immersive. They could have the gatherers could bring the kids over right by Savi's workshop and have a little lightsaber training.
Right.
Bam! You bring back something as popular as Jedi training. You're doing something for the kids. That's a 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah. There's a lot of good comments here from our Skywalkers.
Oh,
Can I read some of them?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So, first of all, Donna is saying that she would want more character interaction options. And one of you guys said, Henry says maybe in 15 years or more, they could have actual real life-size pod racing engines. That would be awesome. I do have to say, Henry, that like when I first walked into Ronto Roasters and saw that pod racing engine suspended and saw just how big it was in real life, like I got a little teary. I was like, "Oh, it's a pod racing engine. That's really cool." Yeah.
Well, Christopher Marino says on press day there was a battle between Vi and Chewbacca against the stormtroopers. That was a one-time thing.
It was.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that a one-time thing? They have this choreographed. They have the effects ready to go. Do this every like third hour.
That would be so neat. Donna also says that instead of Citizens of Hollywood, which you get in DCA, or you get, I'm sorry, not in Hollywood Studios, you have the citizens of Hollywood that are wandering around. Also in DCA, you have these citizens of Buena Vista Street. They should have citizens of Batuu. And I guess they think they've filled that out with Vi Marati and the Stormtroopers. But I think, yeah, you're right. I think they do need to have just random citizens that have a name that interact with each other, that could interact with the guests. And by talking to those particular citizens, you can get even more of an overall rounded story.
Yeah, you have Rey walking around. Why not have? And she does interact with some of the kids, but I want to see more of a show. The people who buy the droids, like you were saying earlier, Rey could gather them and like, okay, we need to train our droids to help with the resistance. So let's have them do a little something. Maybe a little maze they could follow, or droid races, or there's so much right there, and I don't think they really utilize Rey as much as they should, or not that we've seen.
Yeah, I hear that Rey's role is really to find little kids and just kind of take them around and introduce them to the story that way. So she really focuses on the little kids and the little girls. That's why you see a lot of pictures of her, holding hands with little girls dressed in Rey outfits.
All right, but you know what? Go a little bit further. Have her bring all these kids to that one space for the lightsaber training. That'd be something right there for the kids, and to really use these $200 lightsabers.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Now, one thing Joshua did say, now, we are kind of ragging on Galaxy's Edge. I mean, we do think it is amazing.
We're not ragging on it. We're just saying that there's ways, to improve it.
Right.
And there's things that they had promised, which we had gone in there hoping for, and where is it? And I think the bottom line is that Disney, you're getting all this bad press. There's ways to counter that.
Gotcha.
And you know what? I'm sure they have they have their own side of it, like budgeting or this or that, or they can't find the right people. I don't know. I'm just saying from our side of it, this is what we'd like to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Joshua Jordan just said he got back from Batuu and it was amazing.
Yeah, he's at Walt Disney World right now, so he must have gone on a cast member preview. So that's exciting, Joshua, and he rode Smuggler's Run 3 times in a row. Yay! I hope you got that coaxium.
Yeah. Now, another thing, and I brought this up time and time again, I want to see more droids and more creatures walking around. That could really fill it out. And another one of the major complaints I'm hearing from fans and from park goers is that, where are the characters? You see Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers and Rey and Chewie, Vi every once in a while.
Right.
But where are all these creatures and droids they promised us?
Oh, that would be so neat.
This is not too hard to do, especially when you can make a phone call to the R2 Builders Club and have a fleet of droids down there that afternoon, just rolling around. I know they wanted those autonomous droids, and maybe the technology wasn't there where they could do it. So what? Give us R2 units rolling around. Have creatures walking around the upper levels of Black Spire Outpost.
Yeah, so kids can't mess with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can't see, and they're hot in the costumes. Have them walk from point A to point B, and that would really help fill out the atmosphere and the immersiveness of Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, Donna agrees with you.
Yes. Oh, Donna says, I miss all those Jawas and Ewoks and aliens from Star Wars weekends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wasn't Plo Koon one of the aliens? Or I'm thinking, what's the one with the tendril heads?
Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto! He was so cool looking!
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many things you can do. Who's to say Jawas hopped aboard a ship and stowed away, and that ship landed on Batuu? Or have just new creatures walking around.
Yeah. Christopher says, if Mickey can walk around, so can an alien. That's true. Just needs a handler.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, very, very much so. Very much so.
Yay.
So I'm just really confused as to why Disney's not acting fast enough to counter all this.
Okay.
They're acknowledging the problems, Okay, that's half the battle.
Yeah.
Now tell us what you're gonna do.
I think they will really start acknowledging the issue if they still have like bad press after the second ride opens in January. That's what I think. I think they're kind of waiting.
Right. Yeah, like he was saying earlier, it is a long-term game. Just like you look at Disneyland in 1955. That was a flop from day one. And look where we are now with it.
Exactly. Long term. Well, I know there's a lot of great comments here on this YouTube chat. So if you'd like to join in, please comment some more on what you guys think. And also, we'll post this episode when it comes out in our Facebook group. And we'll ask you guys to still comment more because we'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, and as a last note, we love Galaxy's Edge.
We do.
We love it so much that we don't want to see this negative publicity.
No, it hurts our heart every time we
Yeah.
see Galaxy's Edge empty.
And we know it's clickbait.
Yeah.
But I just hate seeing that. Come on, Bob Iger, you're our only hope.
All right, well, I think it's time to go back 50 years and celebrate the Haunted Mansion. We can do a different man. Hope to see a spork? Oh, sporks. I don't think they're going to have sporks. I think they learned their lesson, Chica Fint, in Disneyland. They had, what did they say? They had like 3,000 sporks
Yeah.
the first day. And by the end of that day, there was like less than half left because people stole them. Yeah. Aw, good.
All right, with that, let's head over and talk with
Jeff.
Yeah,
Bam.
Jeff Bam. All right, well, from Galaxy's Edge to the Haunted Mansion, let's now talk with Jeff Bam of Nostalgia and
Doombuggies.com. Will that work?
No.
Oh.
From Galaxy's Edge to the Haunted Mansion, now let's talk with Jeff Bam.
Nice. Oh, cool. Brian won the D23 sweepstakes giveaway. That's so cool. Of the Haunted Mansion. I saw that on Twitter. That's awesome, Brian. Okay. So we've already recorded that interview, so when you listen to this episode on your podcatchers, you will hear it. It's very fun. All right, and then we're going to talk with Marcus Doring. Or, well, should we talk Galaxy's Edge first? Or should we do the Haunted Mansion?
Okay, let's do one more of these.
Okay.
Now we'll talk some more Galaxy's Edge when we have Marcus Doring and Lisa Daniel on. But before that, let's go talk with Jeff Bam about the 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion.
Hurry back. Okay. Okay. Yay. And Marcus Doring. I know, we say that too, Henry. Bam.
Doom buggies.
Okay. Let's see. Are we just gonna do like a musical segue here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because then we just do that. Haunted Mansion love. You'll get it. Just listen to the episode. Okay, shout outs. So here we go.
Do you want to start us off?
Yes.
Hey, Jeremy Hunt.
Shout outs this week. I want to give a huge shout out to Eric Unkenhout, who has been writing several articles on Galaxy's Edge comics and Galaxy's Edge books for Skywalking Through Neverland. Now, his latest article is a review of Pirate's Price, written by Lou Anders. And these are articles on skywalkingthrough-neverland.com. Now, on Twitter, Lou Anders answered a question that Eric had in his review of where the first story in the book takes place. So Lou had written, the first story takes place just a little while after the events of Solo. And they were sharing comments together, Eric and Lou, about writing, and it was very cute. Hold on. So Eric had said to Lou, "Thank you for reading my review." And Lou said, "Thanks for reviewing my read." And Eric said, "The pleasure was all mine. I really enjoyed it. I hope you write more Star Wars in the future." And Lou says, "Your lips to the Force's ears." Does the Force have ears? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does the Force have ears?
I think the midichlorians have ears.
Well, Eric said, "The Force knows all, whether it has ears or not." Hey, what's that creature in Star Wars Rebels? That has ears.
Oh.
The big giant creature who's voiced by one of the doctors.
The Bendu.
Yes, that's it. The Bendu has ears.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So hopefully the Bendu is listening. And Christopher had it. He was on it. Ooh. Apparently Tanya Norris was the interior designer for the famous Haunted Mansion wallpaper.
Oh.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Okay, so that was that shout out. So I thought that was fun, and I love Twitter because you can talk with these creators, like right there. Have a great conversation.
Yes, you can.
All right, for our second shout out, we want to give a huge shout out to our Skywalking Force. Once a month, we want to thank all of you. Blah, let me start over. Sorry. Force Moose. Yes, there you go. Okay. So I love Twitter because you can just have conversations with the creators of these things that you're reading. Like I had a whole conversation with Zoraida Cordova about the book
Crash of Fate.
Crash of Fate. There you go. All right, moving on. Once a month, we give a huge shout out to our Skywalking Force. Now, we want to thank all of you for contributing to the success of this show and Skywalking Through Neverland. So here are the August shout-outs.
We want to thank Jennifer Cole,
Michael Nip,
Scott Hume,
Peter and Norma Heitman. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Carl Fox,
Terry Lee,
Mike Sanders,
Brian Sims,
Bryn McKinnon,
Christopher Marino,
Anthony Kakias,
Kakias, The Hunt Family,
Patrick Pine,
Garrett Sessions,
Laura Bryce,
Reynold Gobet,
Jeff Long,
Dora Speck,
Michelle,
Glenn Stein,
and Chickafant.
If you are interested in joining forces with this awesome group, please check out skywalkingforce.com. And Jeremy Hunt came online just to hear his shout out. Awesome, Jeremy.
Thank you, one and all.
Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all of you watching live on YouTube right now. You've had some really great comments. I know we haven't been able to get to all of them while we're recording, but we definitely read all of them, and we want to thank you so much for joining in and sharing this with us.
Thank you, Sky Tubers.
Well, that wraps up episode 256 of...
We didn't mention the Olga video.
We will.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote it in down here, but...
Yeah. So thanks to all the Skywalking Force family and all the Skywalkers themselves for listening to the show every week and watching our videos. In fact, we just posted a brand new video on Galaxy's Edge. Who is Olga?
Yes! So we went around and talked with our Batuu citizens, and they had some fun backstory and gossip to share about Olga.
Because we don't have any idea who Olga is, and originally Olga was supposed to be an animatronic in Olga's Cantina.
Oh, really?
But that didn't really work out.
That didn't materialize?
Not at all. Not at all. So there was a lot of great information in the book Black Spire. That's coming out on August 27th. So we got that information from the book, information from the cast members, and we made a video to give you the background on who this Olga is. And bottom line, she's not a very nice person. Not even a person, a Blutopian.
Yeah. What is a Blutopian?
Watch
the
and
video.
find out, exactly.
So you can go to youtube.com/skywalkingthroughneverland, and it should be one of the very first videos.
Oh, this just in. Reynolds says, love the Oga video.
Woohoo! So did
Thank you very
Jeremy
much.
Hunt.
Oh, well, thank you very
Yay.
much.
Awesome.
More to come on the background of Galaxy's Edge.
Well, that wraps up episode 256 of
Skywalking Through Neverland.
We'd like to thank Jeff Bam and Marcus Doring and Lisa Daniel for coming on the show today. And we'd also like to thank all of you Skywalkers for listening and for watching live on YouTube. As always, we want to hear from you Skywalkers, and we love your comments and suggestions and feedback. And we'll go over where to do that a little later.
Where are we here?
Right here.
Oh. And if everything goes according to plan, next week we're going to have a very special guest. He's got a very busy touring schedule right now, but this is in the works.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, the saga begins.
What?
Mm.
Okay. You think on that.
Who could that be?
Well, while you're thinking about that, we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Small World Vacations. Are you thinking of a trip to Galaxy's Edge? You can fill out a Get a Quote form at smallworldvacations.com today, and their vacation planning service is free of charge. So check it out and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
And this is the time to do it. Go visit Galaxy's Edge over in Orlando and use smallworldvacations.com.
We are always posting on YouTube. So once again, head to YouTube and check out Who is Oga? That's our new video on Galaxy's Edge. And please check out all the rest of the shows on the Skywalking Network, Skynet, including the Culture Podcast and Sabers and Spells, which just put out an episode this week. You can find us all at skywalkingthroughneverland.com. We want to give a huge thank you for everyone who is part of the Skywalking Force. If you would like more Skywalking Through Neverland in your life, please check out skywalkingforce.com and help support this ever-growing Skynet.
I don't know, Donna. We'll see.
If you'd like to support us in a different way, please share the show with a friend, or you can go to the Support Us tab on our website and click the links to Pozu Shoes, Oppo Suits, or TeePublic, and that will send a little bit of money our way. So thank you so much.
Now you can find Skywalking Through Neverland at jedinews.co.uk and at Fantha Tracks.
You can also reach us on social media. We are at Skywalking Pod for Twitter and Instagram, and you can join our lovely Facebook group where we have so many awesome conversations, and you can just search Facebook for Skywalking Group and request to join and answer those questions that pop up.
And we always love your reviews, so go over there to Apple Podcasts and Stitcher and let us know what you think.
Now stay tuned for bloopers, lots of fun bloopers, and maybe some other fun conversation right after these credits. And always remember,
may the spires keep you, and...
till the spire.
And...
Meh. Okay. Woo. Good? Okay.
We are, yeah.
Done with that one. All right, guys.
Well, thank you everyone for joining in now.
Ugh.
Hope I didn't give away too much about our special guest.
No, I hope not.
Rising Moons. Oh, I forgot that
Rising
one.
Moons. Oh. Yeah, I already stopped. All right, well, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Anyone
Oh, yes.
going to Galaxy's Edge anytime soon?
I don't know.
Yeah, if things are going our way, we may go there tonight. We gotta visit Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Justin Smith just went.
Just went.
Oh, Chicken
Next
Friend's
week.
going next
Woo!
week.
Exciting.
That's gonna be.
Yay.
It opens. Oh, wait a minute. Are you going with? You must be going with a cast member. Doesn't open until the 29th.
Does it? Or no, there might be previews if they have a, what do you call it, pass. A, not a
soft
gold.
opening?
No, it's not a gold pass. It's the whatever pass that's above gold over there. Annual pass.
Golder? Oh, pass holder. Oh, pass
Yes.
holder preview.
Pass holder preview.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most, Chickafint? What do you really want to see? What's the one thing you're gonna go for? One thing you're gonna die for? For us, I think blue milk was on the top of my list.
Mm.
The blue milk, and of course, seeing the Falcon.
Platinum pass.
Platinum pass. Drinks.
Yeah, okay, we should have known. Drinks. I'm jealous because you guys in Oga's Cantina have this Rhodian ration drink, which sounds yummy. It's like green apple flavor, and it's spiked, and it has like little like things in it, kind of like my boba.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want that so bad, and they only have that over there in your Galaxy's Edge.
So
I'm upset.
hopefully they'll all the things that we should get over here, like we were just talking about, they'll go, okay, we're gonna try them out over in Walt Disney World.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and then Walt Disney World has, liquor license for the whole park, so they can do, the spiked blue and green milk and stuff.
And those will be sold at their milk stand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, because Disneyland only has the license for inside Oga, and you actually have to consume the alcohol in there.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Have you been looking at any of the videos, Sarah? Of
No.
Walt Disney World's?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I don't want to look at them either.
Yeah.
We're going next month, and we can't wait to see it for ourselves and
Yeah.
see how much it's gonna differ.
Indeed. Hooch
Yeah.
will be flowing. Nice. Yeah, there's also the Food and Wine Festival, too. I'm so excited. Yay. Okay. It's not, it's...
Well, no, it's gonna be.
It's pretty much the
of
same.
course. I'm sure 99% of it will be the same.
Yeah. But there'll be little differences. And the whole map is upside down over there.
What does that mean?
It means, like, just the way the map is, like, on the app. When you look at your app, our map, because it's north of Disneyland proper, it's, like, this way. But on the Hollywood Studios map, it's, like, this. It's, like, it's opposite.
I see. Right.
So it was funny.
Joshua, did you talk to any of the two locals while you were over there? Get their stories?
Mm.
And Chickafint, while you're over there, you could record someone, just to get their backstories and see what they have to say. That'd be fun to see.
Okay. Disneyland in pictures. Okay. Cool.
Yes, I did. Oh. Who did you talk to? What did they say?
Type fast. Bye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy. Good seeing you last week.
New food booth for food and wine. Ooh, Alps. Ooh, yay. That's exciting.
Do we think we'll need...
Yeah. Oh, over here at Disneyland, I think you should still make reservations. But if you do, you can pretty much walk up at like 11:15 at night and get a late reservation.
Mm-hmm.
Go in.
One of the flight crew members at Smuggler's Run.
Okay. Fun. Well, write to us what they say because we gotta prepare for our next thing.
Right.
All right.
All right, everyone.
So, bye-bye.
See you later on.
All right.
Oh.
So send us that message, okay, Joshua? All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.